All right. I got some pictures. There's Papa Tom.
You got it that close?
Yeah. I don't know where he is. I'll just try to do it like that.
Is that Amy and Beth?
Yeah, there's Amy.
I see Amy.
Yeah.
Beth's picture's real small down there, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. Is that him right there? I think is that back to the short. And here's a big one. Of course, that's not Rodney. That's Papa Tom. Hey, Mortons. Greg. I'm just gonna wait for Robin to get back from the bathroom, and then I'll get started. See the devil. Welcome, everyone. On behalf of my two brothers and sister, thank you for joining and supporting us from near and far. We're here to commemorate Rodney Thomas Richards, my father. Dad believed that everything was a cycle of some sort. Sunrise, sunset, season to season, and on from dust to dust. I guess this is one of those cycles. Children taking care of their parent in the end. If I stumble, just give me a minute, okay? I didn't get much time with my dad as a child. He really tried to make up for it, though, in my adult years. One memorable thing he did was he went to my bachelor party as our designated driver. What dad goes on their son's bachelor party? It was so memorable. It was really fun. My relationship with my father was never a simple one. It was complex and ever evolving and difficult. I'm thankful for the time and times I had with him. I'm thankful for the good family I was blessed to be born into, especially my sweet mother. And my great friends that I've made in my life, who understood even a smidgen of my situation that I have with my father. Especially my rock, my true blue, my wife Sherry. I'm going to take a few minutes now to celebrate the things that my father did well and the reasons I loved him. I'll start with the things that he loved. He loved family gatherings. Man, he loved you guys. He loved long tables full of good food, raising glasses and cheers, and he loved boisterous laughter. He loved little imperfections in things and people. He said he gave them character. He loved Clemson and he loved Carolina. I think he loved Clemson because of me. He went to Carolina, and after nearly a semester or so at USC, he accumulated about a 0.17 GPA. I guess he had other things on his mind because he was no dummy. He loved music, especially rock and roll. He loved Pink Floyd and big band live music. He loved to go to concerts. Chicago, Eagles, Glenn Frey, Joe Walsh, Don Henley, those guys were his favorite. I think Boys of Summer was probably his favorite song. He loved good sound. He was very proud of his surround sound and he always had at least a sound bar because he wanted good sound. He was very proud of his surround sound system, especially in Winston-Salem when he lived there. Sit us down and blast any of the J.R.R. Tolkien movies to an uncomfortable level.
Yes.
He loved to whistle and hum along to music in the car. I do too, sorry, Sherry. Dad enjoyed being in solitude with his thoughts. He took pleasure in deep thought, mulling things over, thinking of the next thing. He's always trying to think of, what if we could do this, a battery-operated car? He thought of that years before it was a feasibility. Trying to live off the grid. He thought of those things. I think he passed that thought process down to Matthew. He would always fight for what he thought was right. And he was scared of no thing or person on this planet. He was a little guy, and you couldn't tell him that. He wanted things to be fair wherever possible. I think he passed that down to Lindsay. He loved good long books, anything by Homer, J.R.R. Tolkien. He loved technical, hard to understand subjects and solving complicated problems. I think he passed that down to me. He loved helping people, especially those who couldn't help themselves. He loved nature, anything in it. He loved taking walks in nature, fishing, hunting. He loved animals of all sorts. He cried like a baby when his dogs died. I think that's where he felt most alive, was when he was with nature. He passed those things down to Dustin. He loved working hard. He worked until he almost broke himself. He did that with horses and again in the hospitals. He stopped what he was doing and realized in his adult years that he wanted more of his life, to be able to protect people, to save people's lives. So he went back to get his associate's degree while having a full-time job and a family to take care of. That's a very manly thing to do, and I was always proud of him for that. He graduated first in his class. They put his head on the side of the bus, a picture of him on the side of the bus in Maryland. He passed working hard down to all of us. My earliest memories of him were of him getting on the floor, down on the floor with us, me and my big brother, and tickling us. And he was a hard tickler. That dude would tickle us until we couldn't breathe, and then go a little bit more. And he had that hammer finger, and I could have sworn that thing was made of steel. He'd get right in your ribs, and he wouldn't let go. And then he'd make you, your involuntary pinch, and he'd say, give me my hand back, give me my finger back. And he'd make a sound that all of our siblings remember, and my children know. I love walking in nature with him too. I'm not an outdoorsy guy, but I love that because I like to see it through his eyes. I love to go fishing with him. I love watching my son's baseball games with him. He had an uncanny ability to calm me down when I didn't think Jack got a fair shake. I could always talk about baseball or any kind of sports with him. I didn't have a whole lot in common with him, but we could always talk about baseball. I loved how he used to tell me how proud he was of me. I remember the first time he told me I bought my first house. I was 22 years old. And he came to my house and sat on, and we were standing on the back deck. He said, "Wait, you've done pretty good." I went in the bathroom and calmed down a little bit, came back. It meant a lot to me. He was always so proud of my kids and my wife. And he was as proud as I was. He had a way of making normal things special. Everybody loses a tooth, but when Cece, my daughter, when she lost her tooth, he called her brave. I wouldn't have thought to say that. Everybody loses a tooth, but she had never lost her tooth. I loved how he used to assume that everybody was as smart as he was. He just started talking about something way above everybody else's head, and he just keep talking, and then finally you catch up, I guess, or just flounder. I'm going to miss his unique sounding, gravelly voice. Saying, "Hey man, how's things?" And calling me kiddo. Even though I'm a grown man now. I miss phrases like, "good gobbledygook." By the same token, "Highly wobbly," Wally World. He always started phone calls by asking how everyone was. And he truly wanted to know. And he always ended it by saying to tell everybody he said hello. I'm going to have a hard time not remembering not to text him videos and photos of what awesome things my kids are doing. I mean, this is advice at critical junctures in my life. He's the reason I'm a power systems engineer. I'm an electrical engineer, but he's the reason I chose power. Because he said, "It seems to me like you like stability. And you want a utility, they have to make the power there. They can't move you." I said, "Okay, I'll do that." I'm going to miss the way he could precisely say what things were. I remember after I became a power system engineer, he came in my office, my control room, and I showed him around. It's a very impressive place. And then he said, this is a couple of years after I started, and he was talking about the electric grid. He said, "It's kind of like an airplane you can't land." And I was like, that's exactly what it is. I'm just a pilot of a plane that can't land. I never thought about it like that. I mean, just the way he was able to grasp any concept. If you gave him time and he could read it enough about it, he was going to understand it. I'm going to miss this Richards laugh. We've all got one, but I'm going to miss his the most. I liked his the best. I'm going to miss that white handkerchief in his back pocket. Who carries around a handkerchief? And this is the way he pulled it out, use it, and he had a method about folding it back up and putting it back in his pocket. I wish you could have seen more in life. I could have had a little more time with him. It just wasn't meant to be. He was spontaneous on the edge of danger, but he always seemed to be prepared, oddly. If you needed a coat, he'd have one. It might not be the stylish thing, but it'd keep you warm. He'd wake me and my brother up, say, hey, it's snowing in the mountains. Let's go make a snowman. So we drive up to the mountains, build a snowman right down the side of the road. I'll never forget it. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So I took Jack down to fish with him a couple of years ago. Jack's my son. And we're out there in his boat. It's a piece of junk. Don't tell anybody we're trying to sell it. But it won't crank. And for some reason, he thought he'd have to put it in drive and get it to crank. Maybe he did. I don't know. But he finally got it cranked when we took off. And then we were done fishing, and his trolling motor battery was out of juice, of course. And I'm sitting there cranking on the thing. I put it back in neutral. Somehow he got behind me and put it back in drive. So I crank that thing. We take off. And I mean, we take off. We're going straight for a tree. We're on Santee, Lake Santee. So 15 feet, there's a tree. There's trees everywhere out there. And I fall down. He falls down. We're getting wet. And I look up. There's the tree. And I look down. And there's my son, Jack, steering the boat across. Keep it away from the tree. He'd always just slide by. I'm like, how are we not in the water? Anyway, he was a sucker for hearing and telling long, rambling jokes and stories. I got that from him, so I'll spare you. Rodney, do you want to? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was waiting for one of those long rambling stories. First of all, thank you all for being here. I know some of you have traveled a great distance, and others have reorganized your day today to be here in support of the family, and we do thank you. Thank you very much. He had the bluest eyes, didn't he? I thought he had the bluest eyes until I saw again our cousin Joe over here. Rodney and Joe had the best eyes of any guys I knew. Who was the guy in the movies? Paul, that's it.
Oh, blue eyes.
Blue eyes. He didn't have anything on Rodney and Joe. Rodney had the best laugh in the world. And Dad used to make him laugh with his stories. And sometimes he'd end the story with a and when we older siblings, and we were all older siblings of Rodney, wanted to hear that laugh, we knew how to get it too. Because we tickled him. And we tickled him. And tickled him some more. And sometimes it was to the point he was wiggling on the floor like a little worm and screaming, and we'd stop because we thought he was down to his last ounce of oxygen in the lungs, and wait for about a minute, and then we'd go back and tickle him some more. So he learned that from somebody. He loved family. I think about the most important thing in his life was his family. When we older siblings got up and went our separate ways, he stayed here at Camden, married Patty, and Patty, you and Rodney had good years together. Started a family. Along comes Dustin, along comes Wade. And then later, of course, we have Lindsay and we have Matthew in the family. And you're absolutely right. Whenever Rodney and I talked by telephone, usually one of the first things he said was how proud he was of you, and he let me know it by talking about your accomplishments. He was always talking about what was going on in your life and your accomplishments. He had more jobs than just about anybody else because he was a hard-working dude.
Yeah.
He was out there just working all the time. He started with the ponies right here in Camden. I think that was his first job. And he got really good at it. And eventually, before you know it, he's out working horse training areas and some of the famous horse racing tracks. He worked there. Always gave it his best. The folks at Carnegie, I want to thank you for allowing us to use this facility today. Rodney worked here. He knew this place well, and he loved his work here. He loved later in life working in a medical field as an x-ray technician. And yes, he was in the operating room in life and death situations sometimes. He always told his kids, and he let everybody else around him know, that he expected an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. And if you didn't, in his eyes, put in 100%, he'd let you know it. Sometimes that caused problems. You know where I'm going. Rodney would tell people, you know, you could do this, you could be putting in more effort there. And they'd get upset, and he'd get upset. Worked in a lot of different situations. But he loved being able to help people, and the same thing with his family. He wanted to be there. But you know what? Rodney didn't want anybody to have to take care of him. He didn't want anybody to depend on him. A few weeks ago, I talked to him 2 weeks ago, and he sounded fine, but I haven't seen him since around March 1st, February 29. We were through the area. We went by his place, talked to him. He was in a great mood. And he was always in a great mood when I talked to him on telephone with him, including 2 weeks ago. And I didn't know about the diabetes problem. Apparently, he was trying to self-medicate. He never told me about that. And again, he didn't want anybody to ever have to depend on him. He gave us all for his children and his family. It's my fervent prayer, it's my belief that Rodney is at peace now. It's my belief that he is with his mom and his dad. I've told him before, Rodney, sometimes when you get down, you just have to give it to a higher power. You have to hand it over to God. There's strength there. Somebody gave me years ago a little note that I have in my office. I look at it frequently, not every day, but frequently. And it says, "Good morning, this is God. I'll be in charge of all of your problems today. So have a good day." And as an older brother, I wish he listened a little bit, paid a little bit more attention. But it's not always easy when you have things coming fast and heavy at you. He was a good guy, and I believe in a loving God. And I think he's in the hands of God right now. And it's my fervent prayer that you will pray for Rodney's soul and that we will all be together one day, listening to his laugh. Thanks be to God.
Anybody else would like to say something, that's fine. Or we can just congregate some more.
I think you pretty much covered it, Wade.
I'm going to find the trash.
The rest of the restroom over here if anybody needs to use it. My granddad. Okay. Yeah, he was on the radio. Yeah, he's falling off. Awesome. I got his Purple Heart. Yeah. I got it saved there. I just got it up in the water. So where are you? That was a how long have you been here? 2 years. From here? No, he lived there. And before that, last December, all around. Maryland, Florida, Massachusetts. Amazing. Did a lot. I needed that one today. I read it in the chair.
It's fun. Everything's been recorded on Zoom. So it's been pretty good. Everybody's got to get up and go. Now we're at
Pretty blonde.
pretty broad. Hi, Jack. Congratulations. Okay. Thank you.
Good. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Okay, so you missed my Yule. So I'll have it on. I got it. Probably should have called it that. That's all right. That's all right. You just saw a solid mess. Yeah, we landed in Boulder right next to the store. So that's where he Ryan, this is my buddy Jared. His son plays ball with my son. He works with me.
We're making it there.
I'm gonna let you visit with some others.
Okay.
Good to see you. Good to see you. I saw you slipping in there. Yeah.
I got late. Forgot my mask. I had to walk.
See you later, buddy. Oh, okay.
Bye.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, you need this guy here.
So he's got an older brother.
Think so.
I don't
Think so, but I don't know who he looks like.
Look back there.
They say hey to everybody.
So-
He's gonna wave to.
Wade has an older brother.
Here's Aunt Lee.
Wade, you got an older brother?
Older brother,
Yes.
I do. Yeah.
He's that way.
Yeah, he's walking that.
There's
It's like
Wesley
that.
and Brittany. Oh, and Amy and Sam. Or Leah. It's good to see you. Do you want to come see some family? Here's Mom. There's Amy and Wesley. Oh, Wesley's with his girl.
Hey, Amy. And
This is the older brother
Sienna.
right down the gray suit.
And Brittany.
Yeah.
Hello, Lee. And Wesley.
Wesley and his dog.
And who is this? Can't either. Ben, right. Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. No problem. What's his name?
Jack. So this is Jack. This is Wade's son.
Sienna's in the 4th grade this year.
Everybody's
No,
really
that's not Sienna. That's
So this is your
Lily.
Aunt Lee and Sarah and Isabel. And then we have, what's that?
Isn't that Lily?
And then, yeah, then we have Leah and Amy and Brittany and Wesley. These are my 2 children right here. And this is Jack Wade's oldest son. It's been a long time since we've seen you.
Hello, Wade. Hi, everybody. So we're here again. Hi, Lee. Who's behind you, Lee? That's
It's Bella.
I
That's
can't
Bella.
hear. Oh, you've grown so much. You look gorgeous.
It's Bella.
I was still this big.
Wave at everybody.
That's 30 years ago.
Might as well.
At least.
Yeah.
Just 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Everything gets compact.
Who are you waving at, CC? Oh. You recognize? Do you see any names?
Jack, if you want to, you can carry it and show pictures. You want to? No? I think it'd be fun. Hello, man.
Hey, everybody. Hi, guys.
Flowers?
No, just say hey to, you say what?
Say hey to,
It's on the Zoom. Lee's on there. Hello.
How about a picture? How about a picture? How's that?
Oh my God.
That better?
I don't know.
There's Wilson.
See the baby?
Let the baby.
Show the baby. Carmen.
hi.
Can you all hear us or no? They can't hear us. Yeah, he has us muted.
Vicky, did you meet my children?
No, Jack. I knew you as soon as I
That's
saw you. You had to be Jack, and here's Cece.
CC.
It is so nice to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. Do whatever you like.
You
We're gonna turn you around so you can see everybody.
You people are going to face the world. You're going to make the world a wonderful place, right?
There we go. Okay, they're talking.
So, will it be possible to see a Zoom file?
Yes, I'm recording this whole thing.
It's even your, from the start to the finish?
Yes, everything.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll send us a link.
It's kind of a blur in there too, so I'd be like, I might watch it again. I don't remember everything I just said.
Hey, y'all, PJ.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try. Hey, man, it's good to see you again. Hey, you too. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm shaking.
Can't remember.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? I'm Wade. Hey, nice to meet you.
Hey, say hey, did you say hey to everyone?
Yeah, say whoever. You want to do that? There you go.
Lee and Sarah up here.
Hey, Lee and Sarah.
They can hear you, by the way. You just can't hear
And
them.
I guess that's Lincoln with, oh no, Isabella. Hey, Amy, how you doing? I can't see all of you.
There's probably more down below. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up here real quick.
You can't hear us, but we can hear.
Yeah, you too. I wish y'all were here. I miss y'all. I know I can't hear y'all, but I love y'all and I miss y'all. And thank you so much, Sarah. I don't know what I'd do without you.
That's precious.
Unless you're smart. No matter how good.
You know, little boy.
Look at TV and all grandfather, like, see, how's it feel, granddaddy? That's his son. That's son. Yes.
What, 2 weeks?
It's hard for me to lose this passion. What do you call this? What do you call this guy? What's his name? Somebody was called
Did you carry them around, show them all the pictures and stuff?
No, you want to do that?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna show y'all some pictures. So there's some pictures in here. See if y'all can see that. Well, it's kind of blurry, isn't it? Little Matthew and Lindsay. We got a bunch of, oh, I showed you those already. Well, geez, let's see. That was like Smithsonian, maybe. There's a young, handsome one. These are the squirts. We went to the beach together. Can't get the glare off, sorry. Lindsay. Sorry, I have to do everything backwards. We'll go this way. Up, beach trip again. And then my little boy Jack. That was, I think he was 3 there, or 2. He must have been 2. I put this one on Facebook. I can't get the glare.
Those are the ones Robin brought. And he gave me a package of mine.
That's it.
I'm Sherry. I'm way twice.
All right, I'm gonna stick you back in the room with all these people again. You got a picture? Yeah, you sent me that one, Sarah. I still have that one. Maybe you want to show everybody else that one. You're on camera.
Oh, hey, Lee.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Lee. Great to see you. Isa, oh my God. So great to see you. Come see us.
Oh,
Hey,
there's
Amy.
Amy.
Is Beth there? Wesley's iPhone. Yeah.
We didn't bring him.
Oh, hey, Wesley. That's Brittany.
Wow,
Isa, oh
wow.
my God. Isa would not even remember me. I don't know. She might remember you.
Right around here now.
They can hear you, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can hear you. Yeah.
Hi, Wade.
Hi. Good to see you again.
Wow.
I do.
Yeah, I hear you may be a runner, Lisa. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And we are praying.
That'd be
I
really
am
cool.
praying.
Thank you.
Basketball, okay.
Shocking.
All right, shoot some hoops. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what this is.
Sarah, happy belated birthday. Awesome pictures. My 40th coming up, so I'm in your club almost. Yeah, big 4. Freezing up a little bit. Freezing up. Yeah, we'll drink a little bit. Yeah, have fun a little bit.
Yeah, come on up to Winston-Salem. We'll be glad to host you sometime.
Yeah, his big 50's coming up. My big 40's coming up. So we got a party.
Oh, yeah.
Come see us when you can. All of you come see us.
Yeah.
Who's laptop?
It's good to see you. I don't know. Okay, we're going to take you with us. We're going to take a laptop and run
You
down.
want to go to dinner with us? Has Christy, have you seen him? Yeah. Have you seen Dad? No. And Lee and Sarah, yeah. There's, oh yeah.
Oh, we saw Lee and
Yeah.
Sarah. I waved to them earlier. Do you want to talk to them?
They can hear you, yeah, but we cannot hear them. I don't know if Jenny, Jenny is coming. Yeah, she said she's coming.
Yeah, we need to they broke out the tabby on or something.
questions.
You know what? I'm looking for the same. Let's go.
I appreciate it.
My wife, yeah, I have. I got her. How many you got? You got one. Yeah. How old is your little one? Oh, thanks. Good. Yeah. Yeah. We walked in. I got to record it. Hopefully, I can. All right. I hope it does, but yeah, that's how we do it there. Now, how's your own home? How's your it was about this tall. Really? That's awesome.
Or 7.
Really?
She barely gets over the line.
Wait, hey, mother.
I know the wings got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother was We're up together. He spent 2 weeks at my house. In the summer, I spent 2 weeks at his house. And it's like back and forth.
Yeah, he's probably spoken about it.
Now, I thank you that you did all this. Thank you. I just moved to Savannah 6 months ago. And He and I just kept reaching out to one another. Yeah. Going back and never get, but it was reaching out. So this is a shock. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I worked really hard on that. I hope I did it justice.
It didn't show that you worked really hard.
Okay.
He was the best customer.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. It was.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you. I keep thinking back to you guys your dad, my granddad, and I said, man, if I can get close to that, but you held it together. I can't do that. That's too hard for me. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Being a big brother, really kind of you. Me too. Yep.
I forgot about it.
Yeah.
He handled all of that water.
He's got a whole bunch of them.
I think I've seen him recently.
Yeah. He had a whole bunch of them. I didn't know that.
Dad did the same.
Really?
During the season.
Okay. But my dad always has. And he's always doing that same, same thing. Yep. Yeah, it was. It was him. Yes. He had so many things. Yeah, like here. Yeah. I got his handkerchief. Jeans pocket. I got that. Put it in the bag. And do one of those things. But he had a whole bunch of them in a suitcase. He had a packed suitcase. He was always ready to go somewhere. No idea. And he had some red ones.
I have some.
Do you? Wow. You got to get a time stamp.
I got the little
Yeah, a little bag. Yeah.
But then you wouldn't have a folding tray.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. I'm so glad you were here. I'm so glad you could come.
And some of them have thank you. Some of them.
Thank you.
Something I adopted in the thank you.
He was in severe pain.
I have some.
He told me a couple weeks ago, I guess I'm looking at it. He was in my son's baseball game. He left. He was hurt. He's always kind of seeing stuff like that.
How you doing, Matt?
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
Tragedy. I think so.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Brad. We're gonna shut it down. Appreciate it.